No, yeah, so we're going back to the Dodger game, and screw these guys sitting behind us. Don't tell me that I can't boo someone on my own team. You're hitting around the Mendoza line. I'm going to boo you. Okay? It's that simple. I don't care if you're on my team or not. You're getting booed for hitting 200. All right, welcome back to the Best Coast Show. I'm your host, Albert Aguilera. As always, there's my producer, Curtis Stage. Curtis, what's on the rundown today?
Well, apparently Albert wants Vin Scully to retire now and not do another. I can't even talk about this.
No, I don't want him to retire now. In my opinion, he should have retired a couple of years ago. But I'm not saying he should retire now. All right, you all heard the news. Vin Scully, our famous broadcaster, has been broadcasting for the Dodgers since 1950. He's been entertaining me, your parents, your grandparents, maybe some of your great-great-grandparents, who knows?
Probably.
But, personally, I thought he was going to retire at the end of the 2013 season when he said, I want to go to New York because we're playing the Yankees interleague. I'm going to go to New York. He made the flight. He wants to call the game. And I figured that's where he would have, hung up his mic and...
Back in New York.
Yeah, called it a day, right? Because he's from New York. He grew up a Giants fan, for those of you who don't know that.
Until he was 20 when he got hired by the Dodgers.
And then he got hired by the Dodgers. And I like Vin. You like Vin.
I
Everybody
love Vin.
likes Vin, but I think he should retire. And this isn't a case of, this isn't a Brett Favre type of deal where, oh, you've played too many games. Hang him up, bro. You suck now. No.
Yeah. Oh,
This isn't an MMA fighter that's in his 40s and is still trying to compete at a high level and is just going into a knockdown and getting wrecked. No, this is... You, the fans, you need to stop being selfish and inconsiderate. It's like it's that simple. He's given you and this organization and this city so much, and as LA sports fans,
why can't we get more?
No, because he's giving you too much.
You're saying, are we draining the blood out of Vin Scully? I mean, this is what he does.
No, I know, and I can't imagine you doing a job for 67 years and hating it. It's just him.
I don't
doing
think he
job.
hates it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think he loves it, and he said it last year and the year before and the year before that. I'll come back next year if I'm wanted and if my wife lets me do it.
His wife keeps letting him, and everybody wants him back.
But I kind of feel that it's gotten to the point where he keeps coming back almost as an obligation to the fans because they don't want to see him go.
True.
And my thing with that is as LA sports fans, we're spoiled. We had Chick Hearn, rest in peace, Chick Hearn.
Awesome.
We got Vin Scully and Bob Miller. We have the three voices of these sports that are the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And I feel that we're spoiled because of that, and we don't take into consideration that when you're at home at a barbecue or you're hanging out with your friends at a bar or you're doing whatever social life and personal life you have, you're doing it because of people like Vin who are giving up their own in order for you to do it. Vin doesn't just show up at 6:59 and call a 7:10 game.
No, that's true.
It's I know he doesn't travel with the team as much anymore, and he only does these West Coast games. He doesn't even go to San Diego. He goes to San Francisco now, but he shows up.
Well, why would he go to San Diego?
Petco's a nice park. I'm not going to hate. I love going to San Diego because Petco's a nice park. But what Vin does, he doesn't show up at 6:59 and shake hands, kiss babies, and then do his broadcast.
There's a lot of prep.
There's a lot of prep that goes into doing a broadcast. He shows up, he gets his reports done for all the players, right? And then he does all his video hits. If you ever watch his video hits, look at the background. The sun's still out and the stands are empty.
Yeah.
Because they do that all pregame.
Yeah, he's not just working a 3-hour, 4-hour day.
Right, and
he's got an 8-hour day.
A lot of people don't realize that Vin Scully, he was the very first Ryan Seacrest type of guy where he was on every channel doing everything. He didn't start off as a baseball guy. He started off as a college football announcer who the Dodgers brought on, and while he was still doing stuff for the Dodgers, he was like, oh, the team's moving to Los Angeles, I'm going to go with you. And then, he was doing play-by-play with John Madden for NBC.
Yeah. And he used to do every World Series. He used to do all the All-Star games.
He's the youngest broadcaster to ever have done a World Series game. I think he was 24, 25 when he did his first World Series. And, college football. He did NFL. He had his own variety show. I don't know if people know that.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that? He had his own variety show for a while. So this guy was literally going from one set to another set to another set, and it's show business. And being in live TV, you're at home watching TV, someone has to be there to give it to you, and it was always Vin.
Well,
that's why I feel he should retire.
Here's
Let him live out his days with his family.
Well, the Dodgers are his family, I think.
Right.
I think that's part of his...
every night he shows up to a 56,000, family reunion.
That's his family. I get what you're saying. I think that he, when you're the greatest of all time, I think you just, the mic drop has to happen at a certain... I don't know that he needs to just recede into the background. I don't think LA sports will let him maybe do that. Chick died, basically he fell in his backyard tripping over a potted plant and had medical complications after that. Chick would have died in the booth. I'm not saying it's a little dark. I'm not saying Vin's going to die in the booth. I don't want that to happen. But I don't think that he needs to I think he wants to step away with the Dodgers winning a championship. I mean, I think that's what he's been holding out for.
Well, and here's the real shitty thing. Dodgers make the playoffs this year. They're a lock, right? Right now they're at 98% to lock in for the playoffs.
Yeah.
You have an 8-game lead in the West.
Yeah.
But Vin's not going to call any playoff games. Contracts are totally screwing us here, where even if the Dodgers were to make this run and they don't lose another game and NLDS, NLCS, World Series,
well, he'll call the radio games.
he will call the radio game, but he won't do the nationally televised game like he used to do the game of the week every Sunday.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the country, Vin is known worldwide, and because of these contracts,
I think that Fox needs to do something, and just this year they say, let's let Vin do these games. If the Dodgers make it to the World Series, Vin's got to do it.
If the Dodgers make it to the World Series, I think it'd be the greatest thing in the world if Fox was like, hey, Vin, come do a game, or do an inning,
or sit in the booth.
Or
he doesn't sit in the booth. He doesn't chill.
Let him sit with Joe Buck, and it's like, I mean,
I don't know what we would do without Vin. I mean, seriously, like I've been listening to Vin Scully since I was a kid, which I think started in 1977. So, and my kids now listen to Vin Scully, and
that's when the Dodgers did the who's the best Dodger personality of all time. He beat out Tommy Lasorda for the most liked Dodger personality in the history of the franchise.
He is the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Essentially, Vin Scully's the Dodgers, just like Chick Hearn. What's transcended time for the Brooklyn and Los Angeles Dodgers is Vin Scully.
And Tommy Lasorda.
Players come
and Tommy beat by 1 year.
And Tommy. Players come and go, but the tradition of Vin Scully has been the constant throughout, this whole time.
It's the way he calls games. Even though he's the play-by-play, you usually have that setup where you have your play-by-play, you have your color guy.
There doesn't need to be a color guy.
He doesn't need that.
No.
Because he does the play-by-play, but it's also that running joke where, listening to a Dodger game, you get a better history lesson than watching the History Channel.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. He comes in, he gives you like these intimate details of these players' lives, of a fan that he randomly catches in the stands. He'll tell you that, like the A.J. Ellis story of how he was rushing to the hospital and delivers his baby in the car.
Yeah.
Vin told us that.
But you want that to stop now.
Not now. What I'm saying is that let the man live the rest of his life with his family. Let him have his family time. Because you and I both do this for a living.
Yeah.
We know that the personal life type of stuff doesn't really exist because while people are watching the Oscars and the Grammys, where are you? You're shooting the Oscars and the Grammys.
Well,
and that's just what I'm saying is stop being greedy and selfish and inconsiderate. Let him live his life. Let him the personal stuff you do with your family. Let him do that.
Well, Vin has November through April off.
Now he does, but he didn't because he used to do college football and he was doing NFL.
True. So second thing, I say Vin goes until he can't utter another word. You say he should step down at the end of this year. If they win the World Series, I would agree.
If they win the World Series this year, and Fox is totally cool letting him announce something, step down and go out on top. I don't want to hear another. Because he does it on the radio. I don't want to hear Vince's last game being a Dodger loss in the playoffs. That would suck.
Then he's gonna have to go on forever because they might not win the World Series.
The last Dodger broadcast I want Vin to do is and they've done it. The Dodgers win the World Series. Thank you. You guys have a good night. It's been an honor. He turns off his mic, walks away.
That would be awesome.
That would be like the best thing in the world.
Yeah. I will cry a lot when he retires.
Everyone's going to cry.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be sad. All right. So then the last thing we want to talk about is the LA Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So,
which, by the way, Vin would be probably number one on that.
Yes, absolutely.
And Chick might be right there.
The LA Sports Hall of Fame, buddy of mine, Mike Horn, brought that to my attention, that it doesn't exist. There's the California Sports Hall of Fame. There is the regular Hall of Fame per individual sport, but the LA Sports Hall of Fame doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So Curtis and I, along with our friend Mike Horn, are going to start the LA Sports Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't thought of a concept outside of that yet because this is just like one of those half-baked ideas that we're just going to roll with.
Who would be the top 5 people in
LA sports history? Top 5. I mean, I think you should open up with a class of at least 5 people, but no more than 10.
Yeah.
But I would throw, the big 3 in there that have spoiled us our whole lives with Hearn,
So the announcers.
Vin Scully and Bob Miller. Those 3 I would throw in
What
there.
What if we had to put 3 players in? What if we had to put 3? And this can include college too, right? I mean, this could include UCLA, USC.
Yeah, like obviously John Wooden, I would
or
absolutely
Kareem.
throw
I mean, he
him
went to
in there.
UCLA
Kareem,
and played for the Lakers.
To the Lakers, absolutely, someone like that. But then you run into sticky situations like a Chase Utley. Great baseball career.
He grew up in Long Beach.
Yeah. We drafted him. The Dodgers originally drafted him before he decided not to, play with us. He went back to college.
Yeah.
He won a World Series. He now plays on the Dodgers, but his career is in
He
Philly.
wouldn't be in the top 3 though. I mean,
No,
he'd be in
I'm
the,
just saying
yeah.
someone like him would be the exception to the rule, where he's from LA and he had a great sports career, and now he plays for the Dodgers. But his career was in Philly.
Tony Gwynn went to Poly High School in Long
He
Beach
did, but
and
where
became
was
one of the
Tony
best.
Gwynn's career?
It's San
In
Diego. So
San
we can't.
Diego.
So you're saying they would have to do they have to have their pro sports career primarily
Not
in,
even their pro sport. They have the highlight of their career.
Has
their
to be in Los
epicness
Angeles.
has to be Los
Okay,
Angeles,
okay.
right? So you have people like Serena and Venus, right?
They're
local,
yeah.
but they're tennis players. They don't belong to a specific team, but they're from Los Angeles. So them, when their careers are over, absolutely
people
throw them
will
in
always talk about them as
Yeah.
Los Angeles sports
here.
heroes.
Yeah, because they're from LA.
But what about Wayne Gretzky? I mean, he brought hockey to Los Angeles.
No,
But
I'm one of the people. As much as I love the Kings, I'm one
Yeah.
of the people that's opposed to having a statue of Wayne Gretzky outside
Yeah.
of Staples,
Yeah.
because he has nothing to do with Staples, and he never won anything in Los Angeles. Now, did he help bring
he did.
hockey? Absolutely,
Yeah.
100% he did.
Yeah.
So not in the first class.
Okay.
Not in the first class for Wayne.
So for sure, Kareem would be in there. You can't deny that. UCLA and
Oh
Lakers
yeah,
both.
absolutely.
with
I
all
think
those
someone like
championships.
Kareem would be.
Magic probably for all he's done with the community too. Does it also include outside of sports?
It does, because it's about the impact that you have on the LA sports scene and the city of Los Angeles. Magic, he went to Michigan State. He's from out east.
But he's lived the whole
but he's
adult
lived
life
out here,
in
and
Los Angeles.
his pro career was Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So I think absolutely Magic would qualify for something like this. I mean,
so maybe on Twitter we should start the list on Twitter and see what people.
Yeah, we
are
do
kind
that. Let
of
us know
feedback.
what you guys think. Hit us up on the Twitter. Let us know who you would put into the LA Sports Hall of Fame. And obviously, I'm going to reject your ideas, but
or not, or you're going to like them,
or maybe you're going to give me a really great one. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
what's our gift of the day.
Gift of the day. Gift of the day, guys. So before we wrap up our show, we're going to do a gift of the day. This gift of the day, I know you've seen it. It's been making its rounds on the internet the last couple of weeks because kids are in school right now. And this is the gift of the kid who started crying when asked if he was going to miss his mom when going to school. He tries to hold out like a tough guy, but he knows that he's going to cry. And this is how I feel we're all going to feel when Vin finally hangs it up. That's our show for today. Like, share, subscribe, and I guess we'll see you guys later.